New Zealand are, they capitalised on that, and then we played catch-up rugby for the rest of the game.
Did it surprise you? They looked a lot of high balls. Did that take that surprise you a little?
No, it's similar what they did against Argentina. It's similar what they did against England. Similar what they did on the end of year tour. So we knew that was coming. Yeah, we just couldn't handle it.
What lessons have been learned today?
What lessons? Well, you can't start like that. You can't start with that many penalties and errors, and that's probably due to, I think some of them were unforced from our side, but some of them were from the pressure that they exerted on us. So I think, yeah, if you're going to play catch-up rugby, I think in the World Cup from now on out, it's tough to get a foothold in. I must say I'm proud of the guys, how we came back. I think, what was the half-time score? I think it was 23, 17 points. So I think we scored, what was the end score? 20 for us. So we scored 17 in the second half. So we actually got a little bit back into it. Yeah, but unfortunately, we let it slip in the first 20.
I'm pretty close to come home. Quite a lot. Playing 12 months, you said.
Sorry, knockouts. Yes.
It's quite a number.
Yeah,
Numbers.
yeah, I think there was, yeah. And I think if you talk to any rugby player, they don't go out there to knock the ball on. You know, maybe a little bit of over-eagerness, maybe some of them haven't played for a while, you know, so that's why we tried to get the balance right. I thought the guys that played actually last week came on in the second half, and they were a little, you can see they a little bit more battle-hardened. They've been exposed to rugby, not looking for any excuses. We weren't good enough in the first 20, but like I said, we battled our way back into it at the back end of it.
Jack, did you see much different from the All Blacks this year compared to last year?
They were under pressure last year, probably from their media. But we always thought the quality side. I think if you look at the performances they delivered at Ellis Park last year, and if you look what they did, and then after that in the Rugby Championship, winning the Rugby Championship, a quality side, even on the interview to a quality side, you know. So they a top-notch team, yeah, like they showed tonight.
That was really split squad strategy for losing players over here. Really got a bigger goal on mine. How much significance did you place on this game in terms of what happened for the rest of the year?
No, yes, we obviously wanted to win this game, and we felt, I mean, for us traveling back, I mean, the guys who came back from South Africa, I think they only arrived here on Tuesday morning. I think, Luke, you guys probably 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday morning. Tuesday morning, Tuesday morning they arrived. So we felt that having a couple of guys here that probably over that would be better adapted to the time zones would give us a better chance. And we knew, I mean, like I said in the press conference on Tuesday, there's pros and cons to both. The pro is they get over the jet lag, they're fresh. The con is they haven't had exposure to international rugby, which the other guys have. So, and that's the strategy we went with. We did the same in 2019. You know, like I said, probably nothing. You can't put the performance wasn't because of that. The performance was in the first 20 minutes. We just made too many errors. Sorry.
How bad is the injury to Fab?
Yes, I'm not sure. I didn't speak to the doc afterwards. Yeah, so I would lie.
Jack, could you just speak to the character, the mutual fortitude, strength of even fronting protest in these circumstances?
Yeah, look, that's yeah. From my side, in terms of that, I feel it's quite personal. I'm not walking in his shoes. I don't know where he's at mentally. I mean, that's what probably he must. That is his question to ask. All we could do from our side is just supported him as much as we can in terms of the performance we wanted to put out and just support him as much as we can. But yeah, he's a brilliant guy, and it just shows how much the Springboks mean to him, but I don't want to go too much into the family and how much and how big it is for them. We had this, we had another player, the same, who's going through the same thing, and spoke to Ian before, and I think Audie had the same scare during the week. So,
Jacques, how important is Sean Klein moving forward to the team's plans?
John Klein?
Given we've delivered behind.
No, listen, he's been awesome he was very good for us last weekend. And John Klein, I mean, myself and Rusty, who worked with him since our days at Western Province in Stormers, so we know him quite well. When we left for 2 months there, we took him 2 months there, and then obviously he became a project player over there, and Joe selected him to go to the World Cup in 2019 for Ireland. And it's funny, we were actually against the change in Regulation 8. But yeah, it worked for us in terms of John, and happy for him to play for us. Dream come true for him.
Sure. That's quite a strategy. How much disappointing was the start tonight? Perhaps you expected a better start, from your fresh guys.
Yeah, like I said, it's a little bit of both pros and cons. I mean, the guys, probably in 2019, similar thing happened. The guys who wasn't exposed to Australia in 2019 at Ellis Park, we were also chasing the game at the back end of the game, and then we scored in the last minute, I think, and kicked the ball over to draw the game. So the guys who came on, who was actually exposed and battle-hardened, and that's why we decided not. I think in 2019 we basically had 15 guys here, and that's why we decided not to go with the full 15 fresh guys staying here. We wanted to mix it up a little bit. So we knew that's the pros and the cons to it.
No other questions from you? Okay, guys, let's take one or two from SA. Let me just see who's got your hands up. Kaniso?
Kwenzeke nomali omdlala namhlanje into leniphazamileyo kwesa siqingatha sokuqala njema All Blacks khawuleze yancacisa phambili umdlalo wanje.
No, I think isasiqingatha sokuqala ibingeyona nto sibeke phantsi koxinzelelo. Idiscipline yethu ibenye yezizathu nayo esifake phantsi koxinzelelo. Namathuba abawafumene kwi-turnovers, namathuba abawafumene kwimpazamo zethu. And I think sukela apho esiphantsi koxinzelelo samuleqa game.
Kate?
How's it, Coach? How's it, Lukhanyo? Hard luck today. Just a quick one. I mean, I know Lukhanyo is not a first time playing wing when you made that change there with when Makazole went off and Mani went on. But did you not find that that change perhaps disrupted a bit what you were doing at the back line there? And perhaps what was the thinking behind it?
Yeah, we basically wanted to get Mani in the mix, and Luki has played for us wing numerous times. I think big games. He's won for us the British and Irish Lions. He played for us wing at British and Irish Lions. He played last year wing for us there. So it was something that it's always at the back of our head and that we prepare for. So we just felt to get a little bit more, to get Mani on the park and use our whole bench and trying to get back into the game. We felt to go with that move.
Indruk?
Thanks, Zina. Hello, Lukhanyo. Jacques, can I fire one in Afrikaans, Zina?
Ja, dis reg, Indruk.
Jacques, hy sê die Bokke se sterkpunte verdediging, fisiekheid en ligspel het ons in die eerste 20 minute, 30 minute gesink.
Ja, Hendrik, ek dink nie, defensively was ons nie goed gewees nie. Ek dink ons het te veel tackles gemis, veral daai eerste 5, ek dink in die eerste 5 minute het ons omtrent 6 of 7 gemis. En ja, ons het gesukkel om hulle hoë balle te hanteer, wat eintlik twee van ons sterker punte is. So ja, ons sal moet gaan kyk, ja, ons sal dit definitief moet verbeter. Ons sal dit moet verbeter.
Let's take 2 or 3 more questions, then we're done, guys. Ken?
Thanks, Ina. How's it, Lukhanyo? How's it, Jacques? Jacques, after the performance last weekend, would have ticked a lot of boxes for you. The performance today, does this now raise a lot of question marks for you going forward?
I think that was the whole idea, Ken. It was we decided to go with the strategy and the one that we did, and everybody got a little bit of a majority of the guys that got opportunity to play. And we've got 2 more games there, 1 more game that's going to count for Rugby Championship, and then obviously 3 warm-up games. So our plan was always to win the Rugby Championship, but to assess. So we've got 4 more games to make sure that we get our house in order before we go to the World Cup. So we got good answers, yeah, both games.
Sanele and then Brendan, and then we will wrap it up, guys. Sanele? Okay, Brendan, let's go to you.
Zina, ek gaan na Afrikaans vra. Jacques, so jy sê dit was die slegste begin aan 'n boktoets vandat jy en Rassie oorgevat het, en net met dit die skopgame, hoekom dink jy dat julle so gesukkel om die hoë balle te hanteer?
Yes, ek weet nie of dit die slegste begin was nie. Ek dink dit het al van tevore gebeur. Ek dink ons het laas jaar op Ellis Park het ons net so begin gehad, jy weet, waar ons foute gemaak het en waar ons nie ons geleenthede gebruik het nie. Ek dink as jy vat Cheslin se 3, ons was oor die doellyn met Cheslin se 3 en daar was 'n aanslaan gewees. Eben was oor die doellyn en hy's opgehou. So weer eens, as jy teen die All Blacks speel, kry jy min geleenthede en jy moet daai geleenthede gebruik, en ek voel ons het ons was oor die doellyn, ons het net nie punte gekry daarvoor nie. En dit is amper dieselfde, ek voel dit was amper vir my so dieselfde skrip, kan ek maar sê, as wat gebeur het op Ellis Park. Ek dink ons in daai wedstryd was ons 3 keer oor die doellyn. Wat dit reg nie toegestaan is nie. So ja, ons ek weet nie of dit die slegste begin is nie. Ek weet nie, ons het net 'n paar onnodige foute gemaak in die begin. En in terme van die skopspel, ek dink daar gaan 1 ou uit om 'n bal te maak nie. Ek bedoel, dit is maar net ongelukkig het dit gebeur, en ons sal net harder moet werk en seker maak laat ons beter doen in die toekoms.
And then we'll take the closing question from Greg Ray.
Thank you.
Well, actually, Jacques sort of answered that. I was just going to ask about Ellis Park. It was a similar start. Is that a worry, though, Jacques? Just the trend of these slow starts, particularly, I think, in these high-intensity games, you know, against the All Blacks or whatever, it seems to be becoming a thing now.
Yeah, well, if you say it's becoming a thing, okay, it didn't happen last weekend. It didn't happen against England. It didn't happen against Italy. Maybe France, maybe Ireland. So I don't think it's a trend. I think it's something. Nobody goes out to have a poor start. You know, you don't go out and say, listen, guys, let's save ourselves for the second half. So yeah, it's just sometimes it happens, and I think the thing is, if you make a mistake, to get over that quickly, move on to the next, get a positive involvement again in a game is something that we will just have to get better at, you know, because sometimes you're going to start a game and you're going to make mistakes, and you must put it behind you and then just go on and fire the next shot.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jacques. Thank you, Lucky.